Hello everyone, Namaste. It has been a tough situation for us with the current lockdown, and I'm sure that none of us would be facing this situation in our lifetime. However, is it really fair on us to be sitting at home, compromise on our health, and doing nothing about it? Definitely not. So, today I would like to share some simple tips on managing obesity or weight gain, which has been a concern for us, those who are sitting at home and wondering like how to manage this instant weight gain over a period of 3 or 4 weeks. Obesity, as we all know, could be either because of a pathological condition or it could be simple physiological reasons. The underlying conditions or the diseases which can manifest or which can result into increased weight gain could be either PCOD, hypothyroid, insulin resistance, and these needs a different approach in management. However, most of the obesity or so-called morbid obesity is because of improper eating habits, physical inactivity, poor sleep, and lack of or emotional imbalance. And we can do a lot to control these kind of conditions by adopting simple steps, and I'm going to share with you 7 simple tips that can be done to manage this particular condition. First of all, diet. Obesity diet is all about completely avoiding binge eating or junk food and resort into eating healthy food. When I say healthy food, it should consist of wholesome grains, fruits, vegetables, and so on. Additionally, every food that we take is either macros or micros. When it comes to macros, we can resort into taking at least 30% of your calories from carbs and another 30% from proteins, and the other 40% can come from your fat, which are good fats. Now, how do we calculate your calorie requirement? We have, most of us might be carrying these devices which are there to just measure your BMR, or the most accurate measurement would be measuring your RMR. If you have done your RMR in the past, maybe you can actually just use it as a benchmarking and then calculate the 30%. For example, like if your RMR is 1500, then about 450 calories can come from your carbs. Divide by 4 would be about 100 grams of carbs. Secondly, exercise. Exercising is very, very important for maintaining an ideal weight. Now, some of the exercises that you can do primarily is cardio. About 45 minutes of cardio every day would actually just be sufficient for you to just maintain a good health and also optimum weight. And this cardio could be either jogging, brisk walking, or it could be burpees, swimming, of course, like that is not possible at this moment of time, or stationary bicycling. Additionally, those who are into yoga can also do some dynamic yoga practices, including sun salutations and things like that. Now, third point would be intake of fiber. Fiber is altogether a different topic which needs much more discussion in terms of it has a lot of depth in it, and I'll be definitely coming back with another video sharing some tips on what are the different fibers and what are the healthy fibers. Okay, so fiber intake, the daily average requirement for a fiber would be like about 25 to 30 grams per kilogram, per adult. So we need to ensure that we take at least this much amount of fiber in our diet on a daily basis. Now, the next would be maintaining an emotional balance. We have discussed earlier about how an emotional imbalance can actually just add to your weight gain. Okay, this is actually one of the reasons depression and anxiety always go hand in hand with weight gain. Despite the fact that you might be controlling on your diet and eating healthy diet and or doing fasting and things like that. So maintaining a proper balance between your autonomic nervous system, which are basically sympathetic and parasympathetic, are very, very essential. And how do we do it? This can be achieved by doing proper yoga, meditation, and breathing practices. Now comes to the most important thing, which I'm sure that many of us might be complaining about, which is a proper sound sleep. Sleep has been linked to the appetite hormones, basically the leptin ghrelin mechanism in your body. So, resorting into a good 6 to 8 hours of sound sleep is very, very important. And again, there are a lot of different things that one need to look for when it comes to sleep hygiene practices. Okay, the most simple things would be like getting a proper hot shower, which could be like, in the salt water. If you have a tub, of course you can have a complete tub bath before you go to bed, or have a hot shower. Additionally, you can also do food soaking in hot water with salt. And there are a lot of other practices as well. But one of the most important thing would be keep away from your blue screen, which are actually telephones and or cell phones and television. Okay, so blue screen has been linked to impairment in the melatonin secretion, and this can definitely add to your stress and also sleep. Now, the sixth point would be about hydration. A normal body would need approximately about 40 to 50 milliliter of water per kilogram body weight. So, if you really sum it up, for a body weighing about 70 to 80 kg would require at least 2 to 3 liters of water. And water drinking more frequently throughout the day would be ideal for you to just have proper nutrient supply to the cells, and also drainage of toxins from your system. Now, you also need to note that about 55 to 65% of our body consists of water. So water is an essential component. The last point, the seventh point, is about fasting. I'm sure that some of us must have experienced fasting, because there are different forms of fasting that are practiced, like including the religious fasting. But fasting, the therapeutic fasting, is with an intention, and there are different ways one could do it. The fasting that I'd recommend you for managing obesity would be either intermittent fasting or short fasting. Intermittent fasting can be done by ensuring that you keep a gap of 14 to 16 hours without any calorie intake, which means ideally you will have your dinner around 7 p.m. and the next meal will be lunch for the next day. And during this period of 14 to 16 hours, you will consume only water. And if you really want to flavor the water, you can either have lime, or you can even have green teas. Short fasting can be done for 1 or 2 days, either on liquids, like you can consume a lot of soups, vegetable juices, simple fruit juices like thin juices. So this can be done for 1 or 2 days a week, and this can be repeated on a on a weekly basis. Now, I've shared with you like the simple tips, but of course, as I said, if you really have some underlying condition, if you need management of these problems, that needs a whole different discussion. And I'm here to just help you. The doctors team, like especially at Atmantan, we have a team of doctors who would really help you in managing and providing you enough guidance and on how you can come back to your normal health and how to manage these kind of symptoms, whether it is lifestyle related or autoimmune related. Thank you for watching.